Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the channel with the YouTube algorithm so that it gets more noticed. And today we're going to be going over the CSixx jockey wheels. So let's do this thing. So the other day I was doing let's call it a training ride. It was about 160 k's I think it was, and I really battled through that. But after the ride I examined my bike a little bit closer. Maybe I should have done it before the ride, and it seems my jockey wheel at the back, the big one or the one at the bottom, had seized, and obviously you don't want that type of thing to happen. And currently I'm training for the 361, so I definitely don't want to have that happening on the 361. That'll just be a total nightmare. And then I went out to get new SRAM jockey wheels, but no one seems to have stock of that stuff anymore. So I came across these CSixx jockey wheels. They do make them in different or for different brands. They're quite expensive, but as you couldn't get the SRAM at the moment, I thought let's give these a try. So let's have a closer look at these jockey wheels. So the first thing about these jockey wheels are they're made in South Africa. So I guess it's always a good thing to support local, keep the industry going. And I actually run their oval chain ring. I've been running it I think for about 2 years now. No issues with that. Actually very good products. And these jockey wheels, they actually make them. This is for the 12 speed. They make it for the 11 speed and Shimano as well. So they make a whole variety of things. They are expensive. They're about 300 Rand more expensive than your SRAM jockey wheels. But one thing I'm hoping that I can possibly do, and keep following or like and subscribe, and if when I have to replace the bearings in these ones, I'll see if I can push these bearings out and replace them. Because if you look at the normal jockey wheels, which are obviously made of plastic, nothing wrong with these jockey wheels, I must say. I did replace this bearing, but if you don't do it properly, it doesn't go in straight, so it's not an ideal situation. So I'm hoping I can overcome that by using these jockey wheels. So let's just take them off the packaging. And another thing to notice about this, perhaps the biggest difference, is this is made of a plastic and these are made of aluminium. And I must say they're extremely well made, machined. And I'm myself a big fan of CNC manufacturing, and I can really appreciate what must go into actually making a product like this, because yeah, that's quite beautiful if you actually have a look at them like that. So let's take them out of the packaging. They just unclip very easily. Little pin that pulls out there. We'll just take the one out, and then that's the bearings are obviously installed already. I just don't know if this is a clip that comes off or pushes off. So at the moment it looks like it's got an aluminium cover plate to it, which I actually thought in the shop wasn't that. I'm not going to try to pull it off now, but I think this probably actually protects the bearing a little bit better. So I just don't know if this actually replaces the bearing metal caps that go over it, or you put the metal caps over it and then in, or this just goes in. So that's the one. And then here's the other one. Okay, that one actually clicked when I pushed it, so okay, this one will come out. There we go, it does come off like that. So there's the bearing on the inside, and these are just little plates that go over it. Just have a look and see if I can see they are Enduro bearings that they've installed here. Can't actually see the bearing number. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Enduro bearings, but we'll give them a go. That pushes in there. I think this is just a direct replacement for the actual SRAM plates that come with it. Take that off again. Just see how they're actually pushed in there. So yeah, I'm sure you can actually just replace that bearing later, but like I say, like and subscribe. When these bearings are finished, I'll see if I can push them out and replace them. Having a look at the size, this is actually that size. So I would definitely say it's a like for like replacement. They're not oversized or anything. So that could be a good thing. I'm also presuming the writing goes on the outside, and yeah, the side without the writing goes on the inside. So let's put these on and let's see what they look like. So having a look at actually the derailleur here itself, I have removed the top one already. I like to do it in stages, remove the one and then the other, and not both at the same time, but I mean that's up to you. And maybe you can let me know in the comments below if it needs those plates. But I did have a look at these little plates that come off the Shimano stuff, and it doesn't seem to really want to fit there nicely, so I'm presuming they don't go back. So to put it back, we're just going to take the jockey wheel like so. So looking at the jockey wheel from the back, there's a little bit of a lip here. This is the top wheel that's going to be replaced. Make sure the chain goes in the correct place. Then I'll take some Loctite. It's the weakest Loctite you can get, that I'll just put on the screw itself. Then I'm going to take the jockey wheel and I'm going to put the writing on the outside. I'm going to just spread that out a little bit, pop that in, put the screw back in there. That to go. Then just tighten that up. Normal. I'm going to release it just to check if everything fits nicely there. And I must say that does seem quite work as expected. Now we'll have a look at the bottom jockey wheel, do exactly the same. Loosen it. This is actually the jockey wheel that's seized. So I should actually first release the derailleur like that. Then extract the jockey wheel. Once again, put some Loctite on the bolt itself. Bring in the new jockey wheel with the writing on the outside, as I presume the manufacturer would want that. Make sure the chain is on the correct side of the jockey wheel. Insert the bolt again. Make sure the chain is correct, but it's obviously a narrow wide configuration, just as the normal SRAM one. So you must make sure that the chain is in correct orientation with that. Release the jockey wheel. Turn the pedal or move this like I'm doing, like this, to make sure that everything works correctly. 100% as advertised. So that is the quick look at these CSixx jockey wheels. Like I said, they are more expensive than the SRAM jockey wheels, but they are made of aluminium. They're not plastic, and I'm hoping that when the bearings do fail, I can replace them with bearings that I like, for example, with a better quality seal or something, or my own preference. Whereas the plastic SRAM ones, I have replaced the bearings. I have had some success with them, but it's actually not advised to do that, because sometimes when you push the bearings in, they can go in a little bit skew, and you'll actually notice the jockey wheel runs a little bit skew once you've done that. And that's the reason why I actually went out to go look for these replacement wheels. But as I said, SRAM didn't have any stock of them. I went to about 5 shops, didn't have, and therefore I settled on these. The guy at the shop wouldn't commit to the fact that they were going to make me faster, but I'm hoping that they're going to run smoother and truer. And as I said, they are made of aluminium, So hopefully the wear won't be as bad. But the big thing is the bearings. Can I change them at the end of their life? Yes or no? If I can, this is a win. If I can't, it is a bit of a gimmick. That's a bit expensive. I wouldn't call it a gimmick because I mean, you are getting value add. It is aluminium as opposed to plastic, and it probably is a bit lighter. I should have probably weighed them, but let's see how long they last. Therefore, don't forget to subscribe, and then I'll give you an update in a few months how these jockey wheels are actually doing. So guys, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.